Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we're bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Woo, sir. How we doing? We got a special segment. We're doing fan questions in advance of the Community Shield on Saturday at Wembley. Let's talk to the greatest fans in the world. The American Red Devil fans couldn't do without you. I think they're buzzing for this big game on Saturday. Chance to win a piece of silverware. Chance to stack that pile a little higher. You know, get on Liverpool's heels. Like we
Would be our 69th trophy. Special trophy. Like Alex said, we're jumping into a quick mailbag here, exclusive to the YouTube channel. So if you're a listener, spread the word, like, subscribe, comment down below on YouTube. These fan questions coming from Twitter, but we also like to answer the Muppet Take if you comment below. We want to get into the banter, the news and everything at D_Cole. Despite the injuries, there's more depth and quality on the team this year, and players like Sancho and Rashford hopefully have an axe to grind. Bruno as a false nine for the first few months, 4-3-1-2, question mark. Mount, Kobe, Cass could do some damage in the midfield, and we have the win quality for goals. Positive outlook here. Someone's been drinking the pre-season Kool-Aid. How are we doing?
I like it. We haven't gotten punched in the face yet, so we're still having that cockeyed optimism that I appreciate as the number one Muppet around. It's all really good points. It's like this is going to be a test of creativity. This is going to be a test of tactics because he showed it. That is, Ten Hag showed it in the final of the FA Cup. Paid off. We won the game partly because the boys were fired up, and I think his tactics paid off. This game, we've got a mishmash of players available, injuries, lack of squad depth, that we're going to need to be creative, right? We're playing a team that even not at full steam is better than us. They have a better squad, they have a better manager, and they have more momentum at the moment, right? They just won the league, so they're a dangerous opponent. But, like, if you can do it the right way and find a way to stifle, largely I think this is going to be a test to stifle Erling Haaland. Like, you're going to find a way to score. I'm not worried about Grealish that much. I'm not worried. I say that now, of course, and they fucking dunk on us. But, like, the priority number one is stop Erling Haaland because he's the most dangerous player on the pitch for Man City. If we can do that, then anything's possible. We have to score, of course, but, like, I think we could score a goal. It's about stopping them from scoring 2, 3, 4, 5
I know.
goals.
I think this is just like a general season question, maybe not like tilted at the Community Shield. So, like, do you think we have more depth than last year?
I don't necessarily. I mean, I don't think so because the players we lost that sometimes started were Varane and Martial, and we signed like
Martial did not play.
Yeah, but he was a player that was technically our number 2, number 9. So let's just be objective and say, like, yeah, he didn't play because he was always injured, but he was technically on the team. So we got a new striker in Xerxes, who's not quite a number 9. He's more of like he called himself a 9.5. He's more of a hybrid, plays all over the place. And then Lenny Euro, who's now injured for 3 months. So at the moment, I think we don't have any additional depth. You have some youngsters breaking on through. You have Harry Amos. You have, the Destroyer, your boy the Destroyer, which I appreciate that nickname. But I don't think we're necessarily in a stronger position than we are. I think some of the players have gotten better. I think Kobe is a much better player today than he was a year ago. But I don't think we have any more depth. I mean, what do you think?
I think we're getting there. I think if Coyer can do a job on a rainy night against Stoke, we could be in business. Because for me, like, I'm a robot's gone.
Bless you.
Excuse me, sir. And the midfield is a concern. We played the best football ever when that Casemiro, Eriksson, Bruno midfield was dominating the league, and we kind of need to get there again. So I feel like we do have more options that could be seen as depth, but we haven't really figured out how we want to play. How do we get Mason Mount involved? How do we deal with Ahmad, Garnacho, and Rashford? How do we deal with not having a number 9? But again, I think there's encouraging signs there, and I get where D_Cole is kind of going with this, saying, hey, I think there's just generally more options, and that's exciting in and of itself, where last year it was kind of so clear who had to play. And now we're kind of seeing it open up. And I just think a lot of that is, more players are healthy, and some youngsters are coming through, plus Ineos making some clever signings. And, man, if we can get Nasir and DeLitt in, things are going to get really exciting. So I would agree with the statement if we can get that Bayern double swoop done. Next question at Yoni Boy. Sirs, how are you feeling about the Lenny Eurosurgery? Also, do you think that Ruud Van Nistelrooy will take over management if Erik ten Hag fails mid-season? Sir, we've been talking about Ruud, the conspiracies that he is the man to succeed, Erik ten Hag. Should things go wrong, what do you say?
On the first thing, I mean, surgery, needed to do it. You know, I think he did it. They didn't say this. I know they posted the fixture today on the United social media, but I think that was done in the States based on the bandaging that he had when he left, when he was like walking around out of stadiums in the United States. That doesn't matter. So, needed to be done. It's a bummer he's hurt. I hope the club is taking care of him. I hope the players around him, the senior guys, are making him feel the love, because it's never easy joining a new team as an 18-year-old in general. It's also harder when it's a different country. Manchester can be tough if you haven't been there, if you're not used to Northern England weather.
Not used to the weather.
And it's the summer, so it's still nice now. So I hope he's getting the TLC that we're kind of famous for, at least for youngsters. We do a good job with that. On the Ruud thing, I plan on this because it just popped in my head one pod. They're like, oh, that's the play. I think this will be the play regardless of if they fire him mid-season or at the end of a season. If they were to fire him, it's usually mid-season. That seems to be how it's done most of the time, at least in our experience for United. I think it's a mathematical certainty that Ruud Van Nistelrooy, unless he has some big incident or some big falling out or is exposed as a bluffer, he's the next man up. And I think that was part of the reason he agreed to take the job in the first place.
No, yeah, he went from being a manager to now assistant. I think there's some inside baseball there. I do think he's the guy to take over if Ten Hag fails. But it's kind of one of those things where it could get dicey, and there is that $10 million payout that Ineos has hanging over his head. I think that's going to drive Ten Hag's job security for in the meantime, because there's not a lot of money to go around. So I think no matter what, Erik ten Hag will finish the season. Could Ruud be the guy after that? Depends on how Ruud does, right? There's a lot of Ineos will have their finger on the pulse. They'll know if Ruud is a guy who should be stepping into the main job, but something about it, you just feel it. You just see him in the gear. You see him on the touchline. I think Ruud should probably be the coach at United. It suits him well, sir. He looks good.
And I want to root for Erik ten Hag, but next guy up, you always got to have your options open, and it's good to not have to worry about going and procuring a manager from another club. You now have to pay a buyout to get a manager, right? As that's become tradition over the last few years. So that's always good. Like you said, they're going to have a good finger to a pulse because they're involved in everything. They're not just like delegating. They're going to training. So they'll know if Ruud's the real deal. But he does look the part. But then that's more Dutch, sir. You're just sticking with your Dutch. All Dutch all the time.
Yeah, but he's
United.
Figure like that. I feel like he's not as jumpy as Ten Hag. He commands respect, right, given he's sort of a legend of the club. And he's just really calm, that calm character on the touchline. And I think Ten Hag is like kind of bugging about preseason. Wayne Rooney said on a podcast that Van Gaal treated like every preseason game like it was like the Champions League final. That was that preseason.
Dutch.
We won everything. So there's definitely that type of vibe. And Ruud just seems like he's just very easygoing, and that's what you need, I think, in the driver's seat at United. Next one, at Jimmy's Burner, 0. Quote, sirs, do you believe we'll finish in the top 4 this season? Who do you believe? So you don't have to say United. Who's going to finish in the top 4?
Well, 4 other teams than United. We're not going to finish the top 4, in my opinion. I think 6th feels about right. So who would finish above us? It's going to be City as first. Call it Arsenal second. I'm cheeky. I'm a cheeky guy. Villa 3rd. 4th, your boy Spurs with that Australian dude. Maybe Liverpool 5th, us 6th, Chelsea 7th, something like that. So I think we get better. The football will be better. I don't think we finish the top 4. I think that's a big leap from where we're at and the squad and all those things and how competitive the league is. But I think we're going to be Europa League. And, the cheeky thing is I think we're going to make Champions League the following season because we're going to win Europa League. There you go. There's my cheeky prediction. Where do you think we finish there?
I think, it's top 4. Ooh. I look at the other teams and I want to say United, but then I think about what we have going on right now and how many changes there are. And I just can't put that on us to make it. Yeah, you're right. City, Arsenal.
I bounced the Scousers. I knew they would be up in the odds, but I was like, I don't trust.
I would say probably Shitty, Arsenal, Liverpool, and I like the Villa pick. I think those are probably the 4 teams. We do not do it. I think we're going to kind of be 6th or 7th, struggle but play better. I think that's just kind of going to be the theme. I like that. I like that
it.
scenario.
I take it all day.
As far as the bookies go, here you can see the odds: City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, Tottenham, Newcastle, Villa. Interesting, Villa's that far down.
That is interesting because they were very good last season.
And Unai Emery's not a manager to mess with. At the end of the day, obviously doing great over there. And now last question here at Davey T_Sirs. What kit of the 3 are your favorites for this season? What do you think, sir?
I'm pulling up the kits because I actually don't know the third one.
It's the white one with the black and red stripe.
Okay.
And kind of the weird United. Here you go.
I mean,
they haven't released it official.
That's right. I've seen the fake one. I mean,
Here you go.
There we go.
Oh, there's a problem.
I like the idea of the blue one. I just don't like all the zigzags and M's. It's just too much action. There's too much going on. So because of that, I'm going to pick the red one because you can't beat United red. But the blue one has too much going on. I like the collar, but all the M's and shit, it's just like too much action. And even the red one, I don't love because it does like the fade in of the different reds, but the red is my favorite that I've seen. What about you, sir?
No, the home kit's starting to grow on me. I don't mind the Snapdragon, and I don't mind the fades. This one might be purchased, sir. This might an authentic,
Gotta go
home kit. You need to have the breathability in the pod bunker. This one could be purchased, but I'm going to go home. The third team one is not as crazy as the green peppermint patty one.
Which you love.
But I love that one now. It's like kind of the Christmas kit a little bit, but
Christmas, that's good.
Yeah, you're right. I like the blue one, but you're right. Too much shine.
Too much action. Too much.
Too much glitter, and the collar is not. It's kind of like I don't love the collar exactly, but look, that is it. Just a quick mailbag podcast answering your questions. You want to ask us questions? Get on Twitter. Drop them in the comments. Let us know. Like, subscribe. Community Shield Saturday. We're buzzing. Season around the corner. Come on, United. 24-25. Sir, should we leave with a United song? What do you say? What song should we end on this one?
Greatest of English football. We've won it all. There's so many. What are you in the mood for, sir? Pride of all Europe.
No, there's only one, sir.
We're going to Wembley. Last time we were Wembley, we won the cup. So let's keep that going. Let's keep that action alive. We're excited.
No, we've seen it all.
We won the. Pick up amazing.
We won the lot. We're Man United, and we're never gonna stop.